There is a reason that home sellers, and particularly first-time home sellers, do the things that we're about to talk about. Because they don't know any better and they don't do this for a living. Almost all sellers have one goal in mind: to get the most money in their pockets when they sell their home. Problem is, what seems on the surface like ways to achieve that goal oftentimes are not. Today, I'm going to help you out by showing you things all home sellers do, but particularly first home sellers do, that they need to stop doing. And stick around until the end where I have something extra for you. Let's do it. If you're a seller now, then you probably remember somewhat of what it was like when you were buying your home. Do you remember those homes that you went to turn on the lights and the lights never came on? Or maybe that one you looked at where in the kitchen everything was pretty gross, including the stove. Or maybe when you were on the outside of the house, there was that wood rot that you noticed just hanging down from the siding. While you may have noticed houses that needed updates, the ones that really shined were the ones that were well kept and clean, and all the small things were done right. Now that you are selling, don't you want your house to be the one that buyers are attracted to? The house where they say, hey, this house is move-in ready. Too many sellers skip doing that honey-do list they put off for years and years while they own and just want to sell as is. What happens is they potentially lose out on thousands of dollars that they could have kept in their pockets if they would have just accomplished this list and done all the small things. With that said, if you want an idea of things you should do to get your house ready to sell, I did a video covering that right here. Moving on to choosing an agent. One thing you need to make sure you do is check to see what your agent does to promote your home on a digital platform. Are they just putting the house on the MLS, which then gets picked up by sites like Zillow and Trulia and Redfin, and on and on. Let me tell you a secret. Every agent does that. Maybe they put your home on their Facebook page, and that's cute. They get 500 friends maybe to see it, and they pretty much see that agent's selling the house, whippy. Maybe you should ask, what are they doing on social media? Are they running targeted ads? Better yet, what are you watching me on right now? Oh yeah, YouTube. Is your agent doing YouTube videos for your house? I mean, why would they do that anyways? It's only the second most used search engine in the world behind Google, which, by the way, Google owns YouTube if you didn't know. You need to make sure that your agent is using digital media to its fullest. And to add on, if you're selling here in the Atlanta area, you have people moving in from all over the country, and matter of fact, all over the world. Just simply having pictures online doesn't really cut it anymore. There are some buyers, especially when it's a crazy seller's market, who will just look at the pictures and make an offer without ever setting foot inside the home. You may accept that offer, and then 5 or so many days later, they finally come in to see the home. And they figure out they don't like it and terminate the deal. Well, you're now stuck with putting your home back on the market and having to explain to every agent that comes by or wants to make an offer why the first deal fell through. You can help address this issue pretty easily. All you need to do is get an agent that does 360 walkthrough tours of your home. Whether that's a 360 virtual tour that's done in something like Matterport, or a 360 video walkthrough tour that can be done on YouTube. Your agent needs to allow walkthroughs of your home to be done by buyers from the comfort of their own homes. This really helps cut back on potential buyers who have not seen the home yet in person from breaking contract during due diligence because they had the opportunity to virtually walk through the home. And while they still could break contract, it sure does cut down on it. Finally, let's address agents that will sell your home for less commission, or as they are sometimes called, discount brokers. It sure does seem nice at first. They promise, we have all these great systems in place and we do everything all the other agents are doing, but we only charge 1%. First thing, I call BS. It's amazing how these discount brokers claim they only charge 1% or whatever they claim, but then I see them giving 2 or 3% to a buyer's agent when they list the home on the MLS. Let me tell you, in real estate, all money paid by sellers in terms of commission goes to the listing broker. That broker then shares commission with the buyer's broker. Let me uncomplicate it for you. What they say is 1%, oftentimes in reality is 3, 4, or more percent. Maybe you're saying, well, that's better than paying 5, 6, 7% or whatever other agents are charging. Well, maybe it is, and maybe it isn't. See, discount brokers typically are not putting in the same amount of time, money, and effort to market your home. They put it on the MLS, and then they move on. Again, no digital presence, and certainly no targeted marketing. And remember, you want someone to negotiate on your behalf as well, because the amount of money you walk away with is not just held up in the sales price of your home. You have special stipulations and inspections to think about that can add up to thousands of dollars. What could be savings on the front end could be net losses once it's all said and done. I have worked with many buyers who have purchased homes from discount brokers. So many times in these situations, it seems like once the seller is under contract, the seller is on their own. I've even got emails from these discount brokers sent to me as the buyer's agent telling me that I can now work directly with the seller. What the discount broker is really saying is, we gone. We got our money up front and/or we'll get it at closing, and now the seller gets what they paid for and has no real assistance in negotiating their way to the end. I don't know about you, but I want my listing agent that I'm paying money to, whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, whatever, to stick with me to the end. I hope this opened the eyes of some of you who are thinking about selling your home. And these aren't my only tips. If you look below, you will find a link that I put that will take you to a list I put together for first-time home seller mistakes to avoid. It includes even more tips than I shared today. If you like this video, then you should hit the subscription button. Click on the little notification bell. I post videos like this one every Thursday. Thanks, and I will see you next time.